Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spitball and Sports Podcast. My name is John, and there's Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Good. What's going on, man?
Nothing. We made it through the blizzard of, although we weren't really in it, but the blizzard of 2022. Here, if you don't know where we are out there, we're in Western New York. Buffalo was buried, but what are we, like 30 miles? And how far are we? How many miles are we from?
Probably about 25 miles, I think.
Miles. Yeah. So those people really, I think 40 people died or something in this blizzard.
I see the one guy, I saw something this morning where I had seen a few things shared of a picture of a woman feeding a guy. On Twitter, I saw it passed around a couple times, and it said that she had taken in this homeless man. He wasn't homeless, but he was older, but he was mentally impaired. And I guess he worked at the movie theater that was down the street, and he walked home, and he got scared because it was snowing out so hard, and he wanted to get home. And he was like a few houses, I think, away from where he lived. And he was yelling, help, help. She brought him in, and I saw him. They said it looks like he's probably going to lose his hands, dude, from frostbite. He saved the guy's life, man.
That was the other thing, because we had, 10 degrees, 70-mile-an-hour gusts. We had hurricane force gusts and all that.
Never seen anything like that. Do you remember Blizzard 77? I do.
I do a little bit.
I remember the aftermath of it.
I remember the pictures. It was pretty good. Whatever the snow band was then, we got a little more, right? Because I remember the snow was much
higher,
and the wind was crazy. But this wind was like
nuts,
rattling. It was crazy. It was rattling the glass. It was, but thank goodness it's over. And it was 55 degrees today.
Half the snow's already gone.
I wonder what's going to go on in Buffalo, though, right? With all that snow, there's going to be
the flooding.
I can't imagine people's basements.
Oh yeah,
it's insults.
My backyard's turning into a pond. I had a massive drift in my backyard. It's not as bad as I expected it to be.
Yeah, it's insult to injury, man.
Yeah,
but anyhow, I'm glad Christmas is. Well, I'm not glad it's done. These things go fast, but we're headed to New Year's and New Year's Eve, which is tomorrow, and tomorrow is great because tomorrow. Hey, Chris, by the way, hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, that's right, Robin, you're here. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Just doing what I do.
Yep, you almost ready?
Almost.
All right, good. That's good. Let's tell what's going on tomorrow. This is what happened. This has been waiting for this. Here it is. The NCAA playoff finally, and there you go. You see the matchups: Michigan against TCU and Georgia against Ohio State. The first one is at 4:00. That is the Fiesta Bowl. That's the Michigan TCU game. And here's what I know, Scott. I know right now Michigan's -7.5. I know the over-under is 58. I also know that it's like a clash of two different styles. TCU averaged, I think, 40 points a game. They averaged like 7 yards of play on offense. Mm-hmm. Where Michigan, on the other hand, defensively held teams to 13 points a game by average and only had 4 yards per play, or 4.3 yards per offensive play on defense. The TCU offensive line, awfully good. Only gave up 20-some sacks this year. And, of course, Michigan's sacking people because they got a really strong defense all around. Mm-hmm. So it's like and there's just Blake Corum is out for Michigan. He's not going to start their star running back. He's been hurt. He didn't even play against Ohio State. But Edwards, what's his name? Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards is awfully good anyways. Of course, next man up, and those schools are unreal. And there he is, Donovan Edwards running the ball. It's just a contrast in styles.
How do you think it works out? How do you think it shakes out?
Let me let you.
This is one of the games that I picked
for later on. Okay.
Yeah. But I like Michigan to handle this game and to cover the spread. I just think they're a more dominant team on both sides of the ball.
Well, you got Max Duggan, the quarterback for TCU. I think he had 35 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, something like that.
Right.
Quarterbacks in Michigan are weird because you just never know who they're going to be. And now it's J.J. McCarthy, who played really good against Ohio State. But I also think Ohio State gave it to him on a silver platter when you remember that game, how wide open everyone was. But you got him. I mean, and I think he's more than capable of throwing the ball downfield.
Right.
TCU, you know what it is, Scott? And this is the thing I know once you're getting into college. It's like the conferences are such a big deal. I'm a Big Ten guy with Ohio State, which is Michigan and that whole group. Mm-hmm. But really the Southeast Conference with Alabama, Georgia and all that, and those teams, LSU, Tennessee, they're probably the strongest conference,
Okay.
So, and I hate that, but they are, and they have that bragging right. They pretty much, I mean, everyone's there. They're all in that conference.
They're like the NFL factory, right?
They kind of are, the whole damn thing. I mean, the Big Ten, of course. I mean, because you're going to get, the Big Ten, consists of some of the teams like Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State. You got Wisconsin. So that's a good group. Mm-hmm. But, the SEC, you're talking, like I said, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, Ole Miss, just on and on and on, of everyone in the South.
Right.
Florida, they're in there. But then TCU, they play in the Big 12, I think, still. They'd play Oklahoma, but Oklahoma wasn't any good this year. They won only 6 games. TCU played a lot of close games towards the end. Remember, we were all waiting, Scott? We were just waiting to see. So TCU slipped up.
Right.
They're out.
Yes.
But they kept winning games in overtime. They kept winning games by a point. So I love this game because this will be interesting. Let me take my hatred for Michigan out of it. Just take it out. And if I would love to see TCU win this game. This is David and Goliath,
Is Harbaugh the kind of coach that can coach up and easily figure out the opposing defense pretty quickly? I mean, is he pretty good at that?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think he is. What they did to Ohio State was pretty impressive. I mean, the way that was. I mean, I'm sure he worked on that. It was impressive. He had 2 weeks to get ready for TCU. I mean, it's gonna or more.
How much does this bowl game mean to them?
It's got to mean everything to Michigan. It's got to. They haven't won a national championship I think since the 90s was the last time. And and that thing with Ohio State. I mean, that's such a big deal. I mean, if you got an Ohio State Michigan national championship game, I would guess would have to be the highest rated thing that has had. It'd be like a Super Bowl. It's never happened. Michigan, Rob, right? You know that it's never, ever happened. Those two teams would play again, and it was always because it couldn't happen before, right? Yeah, no, it really couldn't.
It's just now that it's able to happen.
Yeah, just now in the playoffs. Now as we expand the playoffs, it's going to happen. One of these times it will. It'll have to. But like right now, it's just never happened. And because the big deal way back before playoff was win your conference and go play in the Rose Bowl. And that would be for the Big Ten was to go to the Rose Bowl. The SEC was
remember when the Rose Bowl was the big deal.
Yeah. And, so now, I mean, having these two in here, but Michigan, I know Robin's playing this game later. The line's only 7.5, which is weird to me. It feels like I can't believe it's not 10.
I know.
So what do they know that I don't know? I don't know. I don't know what they know. They know more than me. But think about it. It's only 7.5.
Yeah.
Michigan should win this game every time.
Right.
Every time they play. You know what I mean? They should beat them. Yeah. Max Duggan's good though. He's good. He's very good. TCU
is no joke.
No, and they got time to prepare too. I mean, don't forget. Now they're preparing for Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, man.
More times than not, is Michigan going to beat TCU?
I think so. I think if you play 10 times, they beat them. 9 out of 10 times they win. Now, do they cover? I'm not sure, but
only because they're such a low-scoring team. Typically, I think that's why the line is so low. Is because Michigan isn't a team to typically put up a lot of points.
Yeah, the thing against Ohio State was ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's.
I mean, that was just not. I mean, TCU though will be doing everything. That's what's going to be fun with them.
Mm-hmm.
They will throw the ball. They'll be everything you could think of will happen. They'll throw the kitchen sink at Michigan, which will be cool. Michigan can choke. Don't get me wrong. That's one thing Harbaugh's good at.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him choke a lot. I've seen a lot of crazy, wacky things with time management and timeouts and nutty shit and going for it when he can't understand why in the hell. Remember, there was times going for it on his own 35 and 4th and 3. Just no one gets it. Shit just happens.
Yeah, I think Michigan with the 7.5 fully hoping.
Well, yeah, I know you hate them.
Yeah.
But I got to take that out of it. And like you are.
Yeah.
I
fully
You
hoping.
gotta think with your wallet.
If I was just a fan of this stuff, you want TCU. Although maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Because what are you going to do? We're going to talk about the next game.
Yeah.
But you just love that. That's why it drives me nuts that it's only 7.5, because that's more of a David versus Goliath. It is. Yeah. It's not, that's like, to me, it's like having, I don't know. If you
like
had,
Rudy?
No, it's like, think of the NFL in a way. I'll go with your Bills. Let's have the Bills having home field advantage and in the playoffs, and they're going to have to play New England, and New England's coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this should be. And that line would be huge.
Right.
But this is only 7.5. It's strange to me. Or if like Tennessee squeaked in and now they're going to go play up here, or they're going to go to Kansas City. That line would only 7.5.
Yeah.
Something's
it's that big of a difference in comparisons, huh?
I believe it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I believe it is, because TCU's beating teams like like Kansas, and they're beating them by 2, and they're beating, it just. Yeah,
see, then you got to go online and you got to do a little research and try to see what anybody else's explanation is for why that line is that. Because if it's that much out of whack, there will be people talking about it.
Yeah, I think it is. It is. It's got to be. I can't imagine anyone telling me that TCU, not that they can't win, anything can happen, but that they're only a touchdown away. You know what I mean? I don't see it. If the line was 10, that would be harder for me. I might want to go with TCU plus 10 or 10.5. I'd be like, okay.
Right.
But if TCU scores first, look out. That's the other thing. If they could get on the board first, do something big, it's going to be fun.
Stun them.
Yes, you need that, because I think Harbaugh gets stunned easily. And I think he gets a little wacky, and I think the wheels could come off. I also got to remember, J.J. McCarthy, yes, he looked like really good against Ohio State, but I told you, they did the same thing over and over again, and Ohio State did the same thing over and over again, and it was unbelievable. Because I don't know, if TCU's smart, I'm sure they watched the film of that game.
Yes. Oh my God.
And said to ourselves, we can't just stop the run against them,
right,
and think we can win.
Right.
So that's that game. Now that's at 4:00. What is that? What bowl is that one? That's like doesn't even matter really what they call
Peach
it.
Bowl?
No, that's not the Peach Bowl. It's the Fiesta Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl.
The Peach Bowl. That is at 8:00 in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's number 1 Georgia versus number 4 Ohio State. The line I've seen on that lately is Georgia minus 6.5. Right? Is that what you saw? Georgia minus 6.5. The over under 62.5. Really, everyone is in that you thought would be in, and everyone's out that you thought would be out. Like Njigba was been hurt, so you knew he's not healthy.
Right.
Trayvon Henderson, I kind of figured he'd be out.
Right.
Because he didn't play the running back for Ohio State.
He had surgery.
Georgia's kind of healthy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. Stetson Bennett is their quarterback.
Right. I think the biggest thing injury-wise would be that Myad Williams,
The running back for Ohio
State.
He's going. He's a go, though.
It looks like he's going to play, yeah.
Don't forget about, though, that other guy, Hayden. He looked good.
He did.
He was a freshman. He looked really good. These bowl games are good for that, too. That's where we first see Marvin Harrison Jr. last year.
Right.
How good is he?
He's unstoppable.
He's
really?
Best receiver in the country.
I think he is, and I've heard that from even people from Alabama, like other conferences say it, not just.
Isn't that amazing how phenomenal wide receivers kids can just turn?
I know.
It's not fair, John.
It's not fair. That's what I was going to say. They won the lottery.
Yeah.
Instead,
gene pool lottery, dude.
Yeah. Instead, all I can do is maybe make some gnocchi. I can't even. I know, but
I don't need to catch touchdowns.
Big slop, though. So C.J. Stroud, he's in there. He probably is going to be a top 10 pick this year in the draft. Stetson Bennett, he ended up being runner-up, one of the runner-ups, right? Wasn't he for the Heisman?
Yes, he was.
He was involved in that. The thing is, that's what's funny about Georgia. I was saying this earlier. not only as what we're going to do in this show, but as an Ohio State fan, I know nothing about Georgia. Like, what are they? And then I looked into them. They have 3 different running backs they use all the time. It's like a big committee. The 3 of them together have rushed for 25 touchdowns. They are the other thing about Georgia is they have the best defense in the country.
They Smart always.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Alabama, of course, the coach. And teams average 77 yards rushing against them. Now remember, when I'm saying that too, this is what the scary part is of being an Ohio State fan. They're playing, LSU, Alabama. They're playing the teams.
Right.
They're playing that's what I hate about SEC football. But when you see like Georgia like that, it makes you kind of think, my God, what they're playing the best there is. And so okay, you got that. Here's something else I didn't know about Georgia. They said, well, they got Jalen Carter. He's going to be a top 5 pick, defensive lineman, a huge defensive tackle. Kind of like
Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams, but then also has that a little bit of like Aaron Donald to him.
Yeah.
So he's another one in there. He'll be disruptive. I didn't know about this tight end, and I don't know if you guys did. His name is Brock Bowers. I did not realize he was considered the premier offensive player in college football. I had no idea. Brock, I know. That's what I did. Brock Bowers. And him and this other 6'7" tight end.
Got a great name.
It's what they use a lot. And I guess they're pretty difficult to contain, is those 2 guys. I think that Georgia plays really an NFL style. I mean, as far as, you know what? They're more similar to Michigan.
Right.
Like in style-wise. And it's funny because Ohio State's probably in style-wise more like TCU in a way.
Yes.
Now, as far as Ohio State goes, this is a perfect example. And I've watched every Ohio State game. They need to score. They really need to score first.
Yeah.
They truly need something good to happen for them. Because after that Michigan game, think about it. That's the last game they played. And that was a complete embarrassment. So now they had 2.5 weeks to get ready for Georgia. They're lucky to be in this. And they need something. They just need something. I'm telling you, if things go, it could be ugly. I will not in a million years take Ohio. I think that line should be higher too.
Yeah.
I don't think it should only be 6. I don't get it.
It
could be close, but
this line I kind of agree with.
Do you really?
It's going to hang around a touchdown somewhere around there.
Well, because Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't discount. CJ Stroud is very good.
Right.
Marvin Harrison, that whole thing, and they have a good offensive line too. I'm talking. They're not TCU. I mean, they're a top 3, 4 recruitment, the whole deal. So there's no one should feel sorry for Ohio State.
Right.
They got everything.
I think the difference between Michigan and TCU is far greater than the difference between Georgia and Ohio.
Well, let's everyone remember, Michigan was losing to Ohio State at halftime before all hell broke loose. Right. Ohio State was in control. I don't know what the hell happened at halftime. Give Harbaugh credit. They did something, and they dominated that half. And then, of course, there's fumbles and all that bullshit. So
do you think Georgia's just going to straight up destroy them?
I'm afraid that if Ohio State turns the ball over early, or if it's just apparent that they can't stop them or something like that, you know what I mean? If it's just...
Is Georgia just one of those teams that once they start getting going, it just doesn't, you can't seem to stop them? Are they one of those groups?
Yeah, here's the thing with them. And I was telling Robin before the show, I just don't know anything about the best team in the country, supposedly. Like if this was Alabama, Alabama's always been dynamic offensively and defense. The whole thing, they have it all. Georgia doesn't feel dynamic offensively, though.
No.
I just don't think they are, but they're more dynamic defensively.
Yeah.
Their defense is what causes all the chaos,
tons of turnovers and stuff.
Yeah, and pressures and all that. And you don't hear about anyone but Jalen Carter either, by the way. Like there's no corner, there's no safety. We just don't hear their names.
Right.
This is a really 13-0 team that is not really there's not the guy to say anything other than Jalen Carter and then of course Stetson Bennett. He's the quarterback.
Right. I think that's because so many, and I know everybody's team gets decimated by the draft, but Georgia their defense really got killed last year by the draft. So most of these guys are starters for the first time.
And they're the best defense in the country. So you guys out there figure this as to be, watch it. Maybe don't bet it. I don't know, because I don't have anything to say on either one of these games that I want to bet. Other than, if I'm going to bet this, the one game would be, I'd probably want to throw money on Michigan a little bit, just because that seems. And if I was going to just say, if I was the casual guy, take my Ohio State fandom out of it, I'm probably going to maybe say, let me throw a couple on Georgia. I might do that because there's a chance that they win. That they win the game 37-30, or they win the game. They win the game by 7. That's all they got to do is win by a touchdown.
Sure, there's a chance Ohio State wins the game.
Oh, there's a chance. Yes, sure there is. If things start going the right way, that's the thing about this fucking game. Ohio State's not bad. They just looked bad for a half. But erase that half against Michigan, and they were.
And think of how much they have to prove, and how now I've been calling for Ryan Day to be fired.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're Ryan Day, I mean it's do or die here. I mean, you better show up.
Yeah, they get embarrassed in this game. He could be fired.
Yeah,
they should have hired Luke Fickell. I'm kind of pissed off because he's at Wisconsin now. He would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He was with them. And when Urban Meyer left, instead of
Cincinnati,
he went to Cincinnati and put Cincinnati in this game where TCU is.
Right.
And now he's at Wisconsin. Hey, did you see real quick that you saw where Deion Sanders ended up, right, in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I saw him the other day. We talked about something last week, but I just saw him. It was kind of funny. Right. I'm curious to see how that goes because he just took somebody. He's getting 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting guys to come play with him. 5-star recruits.
Sure.
So,
it's Deion, dude. And look what he just did. I mean, the proof is he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
So how do we do this? How do I watch these games? If I'm a fan of football, college football, this is awesome. This is incredible. This is a great day.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I think the opportunity for a blowout is probably in the Michigan game.
Right.
Ohio State that's the thing. I am so jaded right now that all I remember is the second half of that Michigan game. I can't remember anything past before it. They beat the hell out of Penn State. I know they played great against it. That half is all I can think of.
Yeah.
Is the ridiculousness. How you said it. That was the video. Because I put up the video of them getting burned over and over and over.
Right.
And you're like, who's this corner? What the hell is this guy? He had it was almost as if they only had 7 men on the field. It was bizarre. There was no one in the middle of the field. It reminded me of the Bills beating the Bears. When they would break through the front line, there was no one left. And here they go, touchdown. Now I think business decisions were made where Chicago's, I'm not just tackling now. It's cold. We're 3-13. Screw it. But sure. I mean, like, that's what it was like with Ohio State. I can't get that out of my head. And until I guess I see them not do that, then maybe I'll be sitting here and then I'll be like, okay, now we got a game, but I can't, I'd have to go bet. Well, there you go. You could bet it on DraftKings or live bet that shit because I don't know, Scott.
You could live, I'll tell you what. I did pretty good with that live betting this past week. So I'm starting to become I'm a bigger fan of that live betting than I am.
I don't know if I told you. He didn't.
Since that flow.
Yeah, he went nuts on the live betting.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had a big weekend.
Big weekend.
For me, a big weekend for me.
Yeah. I don't care what money you're putting on. It's a big weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was good.
I started with winnings, and I ended with a lot of winnings.
That's good.
I had like 4 parlays, man.
Wow.
3 and 4 team parlays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
I was just hitting them. Then I bet the last one, and I went to sleep, and I hit that one too, and I said, oh, it was a great final weekend.
Yeah. All right, why don't we take our commercial break and then come back and jump into the NFL? And you have some questions too?
I do.
We'll be back in about 2 minutes, 2.5. Be right back.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
And we're back. I want to take back what I said about the Bears-Bills game, by the way. I got to take that back because I don't think there was business decisions made. I think because I watched the post-game, the Bears post-game a little bit, and those guys were embarrassed and upset, but they were all back up, whatever. But I'm not going to say that. I think they were just clubbed by a much more superior team, but I take that back. I don't think anyone was not. That would be to insinuate they weren't trying.
Right.
And I think there was a hell of a lot of trying. I think they were really into it. They just got manhandled. But, I watched the post game and no one looked like that was going on. So I have to take that back because that's not right. Because then that's saying that they don't care. And I don't think that's the case. They just get beat. What are you going to do?
That's the case either.
Yeah,
but I could see at the end of the game with how cold it was, I could see guys starting to give up if they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, it was.
I mean, it's not that it's right. I'm just saying I could see it if I don't know.
Yeah, I'd
have to be out there.
They just,
at the moment.
Watching them play, I thought they were.
Not inspiring?
Well, no, you know what? I take it back. It's just that you lost. I mean, right now, on that game, all they had was Brisker. I mean, even Jalen Johnson was gone. Jack Sanborn was there. I mean, it was. They got guys off practice squads from Denver and put them in and all kinds of stuff. So it was a mess. And I think the first half went their way, kind of, sort of. I mean, Gordon played well. I can't say he didn't. He's a rookie. These are all rookies on the field, and they took their beating. Yeah, that's what happens. You take your beating. I think it's good. Honestly, that's what you get. I mean,
medicine, man. As long as you don't let it become a habit.
And your guy said nice things about Fields, so that was nice. Josh Allen.
Yeah, he likes him. He said he likes him.
He said something really interesting because they keep on saying that he's going to be like him, that Fields could be like him, like Allen. And Allen said, he said something like he'll be better if he just bees him. He could be better if he'll just be him. And not me, that type of shit. So it was kind of cool. Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I heard what he said.
So it's kind of cool. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely
nice to get an ass whipping. The Denver fires their coach. I wanted to ask you this about that.
Okay.
I saw the sidelines. I saw Rippon almost get killed by an offensive lineman. He got pushed. He looked like he was going to go flying out of the building. Does it ever surprise you when they fire guys with two? Like, they couldn't make it to the end? They had to fire. You have to fire them like week 16.
I wonder. Something had to trigger that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be. I mean, the public outcry was strong for a while. For a while, they've wanted accountability for how terrible they were sold a bad bill of goods. They just gave that quarterback all that money, and they're stuck with it.
Yeah.
they got to pay Hackett, so that I don't get either. Because they were just saying the other day, another guaranteed coach's contract that's being paid.
How about the Raiders? That group.
That I'm shocked at. And
yeah, do you think are the Raiders moving on from Carr? Do
yes.
you think that,
for sure.
It's done?
They have to.
He's staying away from the facility so he doesn't become a distraction.
Wow.
So he's not even the backup.
And they sat him because they don't want him to get hurt because of the money.
Because of the money.
And I also read they can't fire Josh McDaniel. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
They are. This team.
They're losing. Now they've jaded their number one wide receiver they just traded for. That dude's so jaded.
Yeah, he should have stayed in Green Bay.
He's not happy.
I'll tell you this. Every time, and I know we're jumping back and forth, though, every time the Bears were on Russell Wilson so big, I mean, they wanted him bad. And they offered him
remember that.
2 first-round picks, Roquan Smith, a second, and a fifth or something crazy for him. Thank God they turned it down because that was the last GM, and that would have been a great gift as he walked out.
Look how lucky you are.
Wow. My God.
Saddled with some ridiculous contract like he's got over there. I mean, he's not going nowhere. They're stuck with him, man.
Yeah. And Seattle's got to be, and now Seattle's got like the 4th pick overall, whatever it is.
Oh, they're all over there laughing like, told you.
Yeah. They're going to get a quarterback. They'll get with their quarterback now.
It looks like Seattle's come back down to earth in regards to their whole situation.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are going to build their team off of that trade.
They should. Yeah. They have to. I don't know. I
was happy Geno Smith got accolades for at least like 6 games. That was awesome.
Yeah. That had to burst the bubble, but it was kind of nice for him. But that just shows you, I mean, they're going to have their shot at the best. I don't know what quarterback they want to have, but they can do whatever they want. At least and then the Raiders are just garbage. I mean, Josh McDaniel needs to be fired.
Yeah.
I mean, I would fire him. Now Hackett, I think he gets fired. I think part of it was all that fighting on the sidelines too. That was pandemonium.
That's shit that was going on with those guys, all those players being so animated. Yeah. That's a big no.
Yeah. So the wheels are coming off. And
that started way back when that dude slammed his helmet in the end zone.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
That's when you started to see players acting out. At least that's the first one I remember.
Because Russell Wilson is he's the reason in my mind. He's the reason. Like because it was so bad and he's not good anymore. He's just not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's worse than Tom Brady right now. I know Brady's declining and all that, but I think Wilson's even worse.
Yeah. Sure is.
Even worse decline.
I'm right with you, dude.
Yeah.
Like Seattle, they were the geniuses out of the whole thing.
Yeah, they sure were. Wow, and people were kind of making fun of them a little bit. And what a good move that was.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad but that was a perfect example of the Bears. Though
that last year that Russ was with Seattle, they really weren't that good.
No, I know.
And I just thought those guys had given up on him. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought those guys didn't like him anymore because that's when all the locker room shit came out, and what kind of a guy he is, and blah, 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 and all the other stuff. Team 3, da-da-da. And, wow.
Yeah.
It just got worse as a quarterback. That's all it was.
And then when I sit and think of what they gave up, and then it proved, I mean, Denver thought they were close to winning. They did. They thought he was the missing link.
Sure.
Think about Ryan Pace with the Bears thinking they were that close.
Right.
And he was the missing link.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If he ever, I know he's somewhere now. He's not a GM, but man, that right there might be the luckiest any of my teams have ever gotten in the history of team. And all of them, all the ones I root for, because that would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been the knockout punch.
Yeah.
For a decade. Because now they're done. Denver, how long? I don't even know how long they got this guy. I mean, maybe they hope he retires. He just goes away.
He's got a pretty big guaranteed contract, man.
I know he does, huge, right?
Yeah, he's there. He's there for a while, dude. He's there for a few years because no one's going to take that contract. So unless he retires.
And they have no draft.
Maybe they can negotiate a settled contract. I doubt it.
and they got no draft anymore.
No.
Think about that. They can't even. There's not going to be an influx of anyone. Oh my God!
Nobody's going to want to come there.
Yeah.
Veterans aren't going to want to. Players aren't going to want to stay there. What are you going to get?
Yeah, Judy. Oh wow. Yeah, what a mess. But those are the biggest. Cortland's, yeah, all that. So those are the pretty big stories. I mean, the Raiders is just. The Raiders are as much of a dumpster fire as the Broncos. I mean, they're
what happened to Derek Carr?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean,
really,
it just didn't. I don't like that he left. I think that's kind of a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah,
that he took off. I mean, I don't get it. What are you doing? You know why you got benched. So what? I mean, you knew that was coming. I mean, it has to happen. He's going to get killed because they're terrible, and they don't want to pay him. I mean, I don't know. It's almost as if these guys don't understand.
Yeah, but they still have something to play for.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that too.
but like, what if not even as a backup? If his replacement gets hurt,
who's their replacement? I don't even know. Who is it? Do we know?
I don't know.
Yeah, who's playing this week?
Oh no, who's playing?
No. Who's playing? Oh, I mean, who's the quarterback for the Raiders this week?
It's Jarrett Stidham.
Oh God, the guy from Auburn, and he was with
the guy who couldn't make it with the New
Patriots. Yeah. Oh geez. Well, but anyways, there were Tennessee. What'd you think about their decision at quarterback?
I like who they played.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was pretty impressed with how well he played. Seriously, he looked pretty good. I mean, come on, man. Look at is that kid done already?
No.
I mean, right. Jesus, what was the most yards he passed for? 99 was the most.
Yeah.
Out of any time he played. Like, dude, that's terrible. I didn't watch any games, but what was it? Was he just taking off all the time?
I saw a little bit of him. Yeah.
And then when he completion percentage just terrible?
I thought he was inaccurate when I watched whatever game. Why the hell I was watching Tennessee? But I remember seeing him, and because I was curious, and he just looked. But although I mean, how many games has he played? 3? I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just not played much, and
is he even getting a fair shake? Do you think, or no?
I'm gonna say no. No, not really. I mean,
he'll be all right. I think
he might be. I don't know. Maybe he won't be good. I mean, they're all not going to be good.
No,
I mean, coming from Liberty, that is also tough too.
Yeah.
When you're coming from those, I mean, it's one thing to come from a school. I don't know. Liberty's that's tough. I don't recall many quarterbacks. I mean, that's a little step below even like when I'm saying some of the Big 12 or all this, aren't they? You're even a little bit below them.
Yeah.
So the talent's there. I mean, the incredible freakish, like these guys, all of them. I mean, like Mahomes, Allen, all that field. He's got it all. He's got that, but I don't know. I don't know. He didn't look accurate. I mean, there was times who the hell did I see him playing? I remember he and the guy on TV said he's throwing the ball. He's supposed to throw the ball before the receiver makes his break. Like it's supposed to happen before he does. Yeah, and he's throwing it like when the guy looks at, as he's already.
Right.
So it was just kind of weird shit like that. Yeah, it was that bad, like really bad stuff. But I don't know.
Did he have a lot of turnovers?
Yeah, I saw picks when I was watching that game.
Yeah,
that's why the guy said it because it was just so easy. And then I'm trying to think it might have been like our Adam Archuleta or something stupid, but he was telling me that he's got to throw that ball before the receiver even gets to the spot. I mean, it didn't work out. But so yeah, that guy Dobbs, where did he? I feel like he played at Tennessee or something.
He's bounced on a few different teams.
Yeah. And they lost, 27-13? Was it something like that? Was that the final score?
Yeah, but he showed promise.
Yeah, so they're maybe – I mean, Tannehill, they have to move on too. I mean, there's another team. Let's think about it. I've always preached about the Bears. You got to stink sometimes to get better. That's another one of them. You got Tennessee, you got New England, and now you're seeing, Denver, forget it. Possibly the Raiders. I mean, these are teams that just have to get bad to get good.
Yeah.
I think it has to happen.
Yes.
And I mean, the Dolphins did it. They got better. I mean, you see, there was years where they were terrible. Buffalo had their, and now look where they are. And you got, it's just, you can't continue.
Right.
I don't know. You have to be bad.
You got to get really bad.
There's no way around it unless you're lucky enough to have that guy. I mean, if your guy is going to be around for 15 years, 10, 15 years, and he's going to continue to have that, then you're blessed.
And you draft your quarterback, then you're good.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
That's the biggest problem. You'll find plenty of guys that can catch the ball that are 3rd and 5th round draft picks. You know what I'm saying?
They should have never sat with. They should have never been happy with just Tannehill, I guess.
I'm shocked that they were. I thought they were going to move away from him. I don't know much. Didn't know much about college, so I thought that the dude that went to Tennessee was supposed to be really good. So I just assumed he was going to be unseating Tannehill at some point, just based on his college performance and what I had heard people saying about him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they went too long with Tannehill. Even, I mean,
what does it look like? You watched him, right?
Who's that?
You watched Tennessee play when he was playing, when he was starting?
Dobbs?
No.
You talking?
No. Who did he replace? Willis?
Oh,
Willis.
Did you watch Willis when he played?
Malik Willis played for Liberty.
No. I'm talking about for Tennessee.
Oh, I seen him. Yeah.
Did you see him play?
I saw him. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him the other day.
Like? He looks scared? Is he skittish or something? Like, what's it look like? He can't keep
like
up. Can't trouble with the plays or?
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, the color analyst, like I told you, was saying it's like he's throwing the ball too late. He's not, you're going to do the out thing. You got to have the ball in the air before the guy's at the sideline. That type of thing. It just, everything was too late. And he would run. What a good athlete. My God, he could do that all day long, just like Fields. But Fields, remember, I mean, I can't compare them. Fields is, I think Fields even just from a different school, it's just a different thing. I don't know. He reminds me, I'm trying to think who he reminds me of. As far as, who he might end up being like? Tim Tebow. How about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because Tim Tebow, remember he had his moments? Remember that one time he had his moments for day? He did. He had a couple where all of a sudden, like, whoa.
He had some moments.
He went to the playoffs, I think, that year.
Yeah, he did.
He beat the Bears. I had a heart attack when they were in Denver. I can still see the game. Remember the game? I had a heart. Someone ran out of bounds, and I went nuts. Whoever it was who ran out of bounds. Oh, it was that guy who used to play for Dallas. I can't remember his name. He was a running back for Dallas. The Bears had him. He ran out of bounds. If Andy was awake, he would know him because he was screaming about him. I'll never forget that guy. Can't remember his name though. Yeah, I cannot remember his name. Yeah, because I can still see him. I can still see that guy's face. But anyways. I digress on that. Let's talk about some of the games this week. Some of them are kind of just, some of them are terrible. I mean, the Cardinals and Falcons, there's no playoff implications. Everyone's eliminated. Colt McCoy starts.
Why don't you go over the ones that are worth a shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to bother because how would we play that?
Some of them are just a joke.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bet them just because it's impossible to bet them.
Let's go with the Dolphins at 8-7 are at the 7-8 Patriots. Bridgewater to start. I think there's some issues in the Patriots running game here. I see guys are limited. You need Miami clinch the playoff spot with a win, plus a Jets loss or tie. The Pats need to win just to keep going. Here's my thing on this game. Honestly, I think Miami's going to win. I just don't think they're any good. The Patriots, I think, really stink. Mm-hmm. I don't see how. I think Miami's defense alone will beat them. Yep. Let's put it that way. Whatever happens on the other side, I don't even care. I just think that New England is just terribly bad, and they're a team that should be 4-12 right now or something, waiting to do something other than what they think they're doing right now. They have no business even being. It's in my mind they shouldn't be 7-8. They're just not good. I don't think so
either. I totally agree. They're terrible. They're a fraud. They're a terrible 7-8 team.
Oh, Colt McCoy's out. Colt McCoy's not playing. Colt McCoy's out. You said to start. He's out.
All
right. Thank you for that. You ready? He's going to start? Okay. Yeah. Well, Colt McCoy's out for the Cardinals. Huh. I don't even know if it matters. Who the hell? Who could be their guy? Jesus Christ. But anyways, I like the Dolphins. I can't believe it's -2. I can't believe any of it. To me, talent just will overtake this game. And I would hand the ball to, you know what, give it to Hill if he's healthy. Let him run around. Let Waddle. There's too much there because I think Bridgewater's capable too. Right. It isn't as though he's some kind of
capable. Yeah, Bridgewater's definitely capable.
So I kind of almost think I might.
I took Miami +2.
I like Miami +2.
Yeah, I think I do too. That's all. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got to bring up our numbers. Hold on, I didn't do that. We did better. Let me find our thing. Oh, God damn it! Hold on. I'm fucking up. Hold on. Man. And there we are. We are now at 51%, 127, 121, and 6. So that's good. We are now on the positive. We were at 50% for a while. So there we are there. All right, I think everyone likes the Dolphins. I just think I feel so freaking bad for the kid, Tua. I have to tell you. It is unfortunate. That's just. And then I watched his brother today play for Maryland, and he's getting hurt too. It's almost like they're jinxed or cursed. I know it. It's just really, really too bad. I don't know.
He's got so many concussions this year, dude. Like,
my goodness.
It's at what point? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying he's done or anything, but at what point? I mean, he'll start getting every time once you've gotten him, it becomes way easier to get him after that. And
I noticed there's a weird, and I think other people had. He falls and it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know the worst thing that ever happened. And I watched it when he was playing for Alabama, that hip. Yeah. When his hip got hurt, it changed his whole thing. Yeah. And currently I think it still hurts.
I think the way he falls, he tries to avoid landing on that hip.
Maybe because he does snap his,
and he kind of falls on his back instead, which snaps his head.
Horribly shame. It's a real. I feel bad. It's a shame. It really is. But that hip really. Trace McSorley is the Cardinals quarterback this week. That's right. I just saw him play. I saw Trace, my guy from Penn State, Trace McSorley. What else do we got? Thank you, Nate. There. The next game. This one has implications. So we'll talk about the Saints at 6-9 because that division is just who knows. At the Eagles, we're 3-2. Philadelphia's -6.5 over under 42. Anything big happening here? We don't know if Miles Sanders is going to play. He did not practice. Jalen Hurts. We don't know what's going to happen there.
No, he's playing.
Is he playing Hurts? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. He's playing. Philly clinches NFC East with a win, or Dallas. Well, Dallas won. Philadelphia clinches number 1 seed with a win. And a number of other loss scenarios. New Orleans needs a win to stay alive. New Orleans was impressive last week, I thought, winning in Cleveland, outdoors in the cold like that. I was kind of impressed with them a little. Yeah. I thought that was impressive. Not full, it was outdoors. It's tough. Do you guys feel anything about this?
I've got nothing on this one.
I'm concerned on this game. I really am. I think the Eagles will win, but I don't know if they cover.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's move on then.
And if they're gonna drop one, at the end here, I could see it being this one.
They can't drop any. Yeah. Do you think they drop? Oh my God! I think they gotta win. Well, we'll see. That'll be tough. They win. They lose at home to the Saints. They're gonna throw snowballs at them. I don't even care if they're 13-3. The fans will be furious. The next one, Colts are eliminated. They're 4-10-1 at the 8-6-1 Giants. New York will clinch a playoff spot with a win or a number of loss scenarios. So they need to win. Colts are gone. Giants are -5.5. I think the Giants are going to beat them up.
Me too.
Dude, the Colts are so terrible.
Yeah. Jeff Saturdays is now all of a sudden, that lasted for a short time.
One day,
one game. Do you guys all like the Giants? I like the Giants.
Yeah, I like the Giants too.
I think they might claw. I think it could be the Giants are due. Man, they were playing so well. Man, I think at one time they were 7-2, I think, or something.
Yeah, they kind of fell apart. Well, Saquon got hurt, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I think I think they stopped. Maybe I wonder if Jones is hurt. He don't run like he used to. Maybe there's something up with him, but he should start running again.
Yeah.
All right, this next game, well, the 6-9 Panthers are at the 7-8 Buccaneers. A huge game. Tampa's -3.5, over/unders 40. Tampa clinches the NFC South. Plus playoffs with a win. Panthers need a win to stay alive. So that's it. The Bucs will win the division with this win. That's all. They should win the game. What do you guys think of that? The 3.5. What do you guys think? Can he do it? I mean, they need to win. That's all he's got to do is win this game, and you clinch the division. Tom Brady just
I
beat
like the
the
Carolina
Panthers.
Panthers this week.
Do you kind of like them with the 3.5?
I like the Carolina Panthers, man. Carolina's been playing that team's been playing good football.
Weirdly, for some unknown reason.
Exactly. For some reason, they got their shit together.
Weird.
They were when they traded everybody away, we're supposed to be terrible. They got better.
Yeah, something happened there. I'm not going with this game, but
yeah, me neither.
Tampa Bay is just so bad.
I know they're so weird.
And they're so beatable all the time now.
I know. I
mean, what do they put up? Like 9 points?
It's
maybe
bad.
10. Tom might give him a touchdown one week. I mean, the days of 300 yards, 3 touchdown games from Tom Brady are so far in the past.
Yeah, it's tough. It's over. But I don't. That's what this game's interesting, just because I want to see if he somehow, I don't know, wills them to win.
I think Carolina will keep it close, but I like that 3.5.
3.5, yeah. Yeah, Darnold. That's right. Sam Darnold is the quarterback over there. Yeah. Playing well, playing for his career. He's going to get him. That's good for him. Kind of happy for him. I don't know. Sam, good old Darnold. The next game is, we were just talking about these bums, and it's a game that's important because the Chiefs need to keep winning to try to get home field advantage. They're playing the Broncos in Kansas City. Kansas City -12.5, over/unders 45.5. That game is a joke. Is terrible. Because I mean, I almost was going to say the under in this one, because the Chiefs can't. The Chiefs should beat the hell out of them. This team's bad.
Right.
Really, really bad. And there's so much happening. Guys are getting fired. I just hate 12.5. I just hate the line.
I hate
KC plays down to their competition a lot lately. They're
I agree with
not blowing
that.
people out anymore.
I kind of agree with that too.
And I hate the 12.5 because if they get a big enough lead, or they're comfortable with where they're at, do they start going more conservative or rusting guys?
But how about just beating Denver? I mean, Nate says, had they mailed it in? Denver had to. If they've mailed it in, that's been delivered. I think.
Oh my God.
I mean,
when I saw
this could be a complete devastation. This could be a massive, massive victory.
I kind of
like 45-0 or something.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah,
I just think it's
such a big line. I don't like lines that big. Like last night's game, how'd you like to have that one, man?
I know.
It went down to the end of the game, dude, and they won. If you bet, you won by half a point.
I hate it.
You got lucky
for that garbage. Yeah, I can't. I won't even touch it on Sunday.
No.
Like sometimes on Sunday, I just like to throw stuff. I don't even think I won't mess around with it.
No.
Maybe on DraftKings, you could bring it down to like 9.5 or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something manageable. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna have to probably parlay it in with something for it to be worth it.
Yeah, to make it worth something. All right, let's get off of that one. This game is crap, but the Lions can stay alive if they win. The Bears are Detroit's -6 in Detroit, 52.5. I think Chicago probably could win this game. It wouldn't shock me. They will hurt themselves by winning their draft status.
I know.
Could this be the perfect season that they just lose out like I want them to and be 13-3-14? I say no. The Bears are going to win. Because they're going to kick me in the nuts because it has to happen. They have to do something so that I have the 5th pick. So I'll have to be sitting there like I was that year with fucking what's his name, Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
And I was in the parking lot at the factory outlet, getting ready to pick up Dominique from work, and you guys called me. They were on the clock. Oh, my God, yeah. One pick, and the Rams were right ahead of them, and then they took them.
Yeah, oh, yeah, Andy and I were going wild.
And they took them. They took Aaron Donald right from under them, and then the Bears took Fuller.
Right, yes. It's not bad. Not Aaron Donald.
No, Fuller. Fucking bomb. The Bears win. Guaranteed win. They got to. They got to bust my balls and win so they can finish. I'm serious, because they will miss out then on Will Anderson and they'll miss out on Jalen Carter if they drop under 3.
Yeah.
If they go to 4, those fuckers are going. They're going to go in the top 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be a quarterback. It's going to be Anderson or whatever the fuck is that his name, Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jalen Carter. And then I'm going to sit there at 4 like an imbecile, and I'll be screaming, and who will they take? I won't even know who to take it for. Yeah. Seriously. You guys pray for Detroit, but chances are.
Hey, they might be playing tough, dude, if they are trying to play for a playoff spot.
I know. And Fields wants to play. The Bears aren't. They're giving it what they got, and they don't have much. I mean, their backups are playing for backups. I mean, like I said, that defense is decimated,
dude.
Decimated. Yeah, Fields needs to
team to play. The ones that are patched together with guys that are supposed to, where everybody looks at it and says, "Man, they're going to get their ass kicked."
Yeah.
You know?
And Fields himself, I mean, he needs a certain amount of yard, and he's indoors. This could be interesting. It could be interesting. It could. I would probably go with him to get rushed for 100 yards this week if I could bet that. I have a feeling that because he did nothing against the Bills. He had 11 yards. He hardly even ran.
I didn't look at what his over/under is. I'll tell you right now what it is.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's got to be like 80 or something crazy.
Since we're talking about it, player rushing yards.
Yeah.
73.
73. I like him to go
73.5.
I like him to go over the 73.5. And you know what? I'm going to say this, and I'm sick of it. I don't know what people wanted him to do against the Bills. In my mind, he played as good as what are you going to do? He threw some nice passes. I saw some long. It was pretty accurate. He looked good to me. He threw the ball downfield.
They had some good plays.
But what are you going to do? The Bills did what no one else has done. But they made it. Milano, that whole group just keyed on him. So he couldn't get moving. And he threw the ball. But he's throwing the ball also to nobodies, as we talked about earlier.
Right.
Even St. Brown isn't there. Claypool's hurt. So the best guy he had was Pettis. And that was dropping passes. Even the good ones that were thrown to him. Yeah. So there's some people that there's a real, and then we got to get off it. But I'm going to ask you, Scott, there seems to be an agenda out there. And I don't know if it's people who just hate Ohio State or what it is that want to say this guy isn't that good. You kind of hear it. It's not, I'm not saying it's analysts on TV. I'm talking about knuckleheads online, like Twitter and on Facebook and shit. And I'm not seeing it because believe me, I've seen it before. I think he's got a long ways to go, but I'm not seeing it like thinking, oh my God, it's not Cade McNown. I mean, it's
the flashes that you want.
Yeah. And I thought against Buffalo.
Now it's just got to become more consistent.
Right. And I thought there were some good throws. He doesn't miss throws, and he didn't at Ohio State. So fuck it, get off that game. But
once
if you're
got him surrounded with talent and he has no excuse,
then there you go.
But until you do that, you
Nothing
can't really judge a guy.
All right, I got to get off that game. I always like to talk about the Bears, and no one gives a fuck. No one cares. Well, you do, but the people.
I'll talk about anybody.
Oh my God! Here's somebody to talk about. The Browns are eliminated, but I like the Commanders, and they went back to Carson Wentz, and they clinch a playoff with a win and a number of other things. They are -2.5. The over/under is 40.5 in Washington against the Browns. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel so awesome at the fact that Deshaun Watson is playing like shit.
Yeah, it is fun and funny.
I absolutely love it. And I also like the Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to win. I think they're going to pull this game out. I wouldn't bet them, but I like the Commanders.
Robin, do you have anything on this game?
I don't. If I was going to go one way or the other, I'd go with the Commanders as well.
I wish Heineke was playing.
Yeah. I guess that's what makes
I like Heineke. Yeah. I don't like Wentz, but he looked good the other night.
Yeah.
Threw for 300 yards.
Yeah, I like Washington.
You like Washington?
No, I'm not betting them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just like them. They have never been exciting to me. Even when they were good back in like the 80s, they bored me. Right. They're pretty cool to watch. I like it. All right, next game. Talk about pretty cool to watch. Wow. The 7-8 Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Texans, who are 2-12-1. Jacksonville's only -4, 43. Trevor Lawrence is expected to play. Jacksonville, I mean, the division will be up to, I guess, next week when they play the Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope the Texans win for the Bears' sake, but what do you guys think? Anything on this?
Yeah, I don't think much of this game just because it doesn't really mean anything to anyone. Like, the division is decided next week regardless of if the Jaguars win or not.
I think Jacksonville wins this game big. I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think they need to keep proving a point. I don't think they're good enough yet to be acting that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they just got to beat the hell out. They just got to get in there. It's only 4. Win the game by a touchdown.
Yeah, I could see him. I got him at -3.
-3. Okay. I love it. I like them. And Lawrence, to Trevor Lawrence is, I mean, there you go. Look at him. And he's
got a more stable coach behind him, man.
Stable. Yeah, that was a circus act, and they had no one, and now they got some people, and he looks good. I don't know. I didn't expect it out of him.
I like him.
Yeah.
I liked them this year.
I like Jacksonville. I like watching them play too. Another kind of exciting team. I think that ends the 1:00 games, right? Okay, so let's move on to the 4:05 games. The 49ers have clinched the NFC West, need to win plus lots of help for the number 1 seed. The Raiders need to win to stay alive. What are we doing here? Do we know anything about anything? We know Carr quit. Stidham is starting. Deebo Samuel again is in I can't believe McCaffrey doesn't play this game. It would shock me.
Yeah, he's playing.
They're just holding him out.
Yeah, he was limited in practice.
Brock Purdy, what are we hearing about him?
He's also going to play, but he was limited in practice as well.
I mean, it's 9.
If McCaffrey and them are playing, I love
the 49ers.
Yeah.
And they're going to beat the hell.
Well, yeah, the Raiders got to be ready to quit. I mean, it's Stidham. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, what are the Raiders going to do?
I think they've quit.
Yeah.
Obviously. Their quarterback quit.
49ers minus the 9 all day.
Their leader quit.
Yeah.
He just said, I'm walking.
Yeah.
49ers.
That there's a lot of influx going on over there right now.
And I can't believe Brock Purdy. It's really unfortunate. I don't know what he's going to end up doing. Yeah, do you know what's wrong with Brock Purdy by any chance? Do you recall what you read or found out?
I want to say it was an ankle injury.
You know, it's too bad for the 49ers. Can you imagine if the 49ers had Aaron Rodgers right now?
I know.
Or something.
Wow, right?
But Brock Purdy's there. And it's going to, that bubble's going to burn. I don't know. It's unfortunate. Here's a good one. And I know who I like. I'm all right. Mike White starts. Both teams need to win. Jets 7-8. See, this is a playoff game basically. It's in Seattle. I know that whatchamacall's back. The defensive lineman for the Jets. I like the Jets. I think they play well for Mike White and they win.
I love them.
How about you, Scott?
Pick of the week.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Which game were you talking about?
We're talking about
trying to find the Brock Purdy information.
Oh, okay. We're talking about the Jets. It's kind of a playoff game against the Seahawks, both 7-8.
Oh, I like the Jets.
Yeah, I like the Jets a lot here. I'm a big fan of the Jets. And the
Seahawks kind of hit their. Now they're going the other direction all of a sudden.
Yeah, I like the Jets too, Nate, with White. I do. They're just different. They're a different team with White. So that's the 4:05 starts. If you find out anything here, 4:25. What a hell of a game! This is a good game, and you might be right, Scott. You said it the last time we were on. I think the Vikings are fraudulently 12-3, and they're going to Green Bay, who's 7-8. Green Bay is -3. Green Bay needs to win, obviously, to stay alive. The Vikings already won the North. They could try to get home field throughout, but I don't think that'll. They need some help. Mm-hmm. I like Green Bay to win this game. And this is always a good game. Yep. Always a good game, these two. I think Aaron Rodgers is different. I think he's different than the older guys we've talked about. He's different than Brady, and he's different than Russell Wilson. He's not in that category. I think he's still good. I really do. I hate him. But
coming from watching his interviews on the Pat McAfee show, I actually like him. He's a really likable guy. He's a really likable guy. He's pretty honest. I can tell he's being very honest. he's just, I don't know. He's just a regular dude. I think he's a good guy, and I'm glad he's doing well, and I'm glad the season got turned around, seeing as how it could be his last season there. And hopefully they make the playoffs. I like the train I like the way they're rolling. They look pretty good.
It's got to be his last year there. It has to be.
I like Minnesota.
Do you really?
I like Minnesota plus the 3.
That's because you hate Green Bay.
Aaron
that's
Rodgers.
the only reason. Yeah, so you can't go with her.
But that's not why. That's not why. I just think I think that they're better. I mean,
Frank says
better team.
Frank says Green Bay wins. Nate thinks Green Bay's got the hot hand in Lambeau Field. This game, no matter what the records were, would be a good game in my mind. You know what I'm saying? If Green Bay, whoever, they could be 2. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
So you like Minnesota, we like Green Bay. Yeah.
Brock Purdy has been playing through oblique and rib injuries. He was a full participant today, and he'll play.
There you go.
I like the 49ers then.
Yeah, I do too. I like them. All right, 4:25. The next game is the Chargers need it. The Rams at 5-10, 5-10 Rams are at the 9-6 Chargers. Chargers minus 6.5. Oh God, they should. I mean, I don't see why they shouldn't win the game by a touchdown. What do you guys think? I mean, the Chargers.
I like the Rams, dude.
Do you like the Rams?
I like the Rams.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like
something about how the Rams are playing, man. They just put up a lot of points.
Yeah, they're playing weird.
Points.
I didn't think they'd be 5.
They're playing pretty good football together for being such a short time.
Yeah, they're probably better than
just that limited amount of time that they've actually practiced together.
Right. Yeah, I don't like I won't bet it, but my God, the Chargers at 9-6. If they lose at home,
yeah, in a game that they
got to win. Oh, here's a good one. Sunday Night Football. We've got a good game.
Yeah.
The 7-8 Steelers, who are still there, fighting, and they always are, at the 10-5 Ravens. Baltimore is minus 2.5. Over under 35. Huntley to start. Baltimore clinched a playoff spot already?
Yeah.
Is that true? Okay,
Yeah.
trying for the NFC North. Steelers need help themselves a win, but aren't eliminated with a loss. Man. Frank Ramirez says the Rams will win also. He likes the Rams. What do you guys think of this? I was impressed. I like the Steelers, and I like them.
Buddy.
I think I like them in this game to win. Outright beat the Ravens. This team shouldn't be 10-5. They're just not. They're not that good.
No,
they're just not that good.
Fraudulently 10-5.
Yeah, they remind me of the Vikings. There's some fraud there. They're so lucky, the Vikings, that they have that wide receiver, because otherwise, I don't know where they'd be. Seriously, think about that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Cousins is I hate the Vikings. I'll tell you that. Being a Bears fan,
look, they look great all season long, and he's going to break their hearts in the playoffs.
Yeah, they could break their. Then the Monday night game, and this game is -1. -1. It's an even game at Cincinnati, 49.5. Everything. We know what's on the line in this game. Everyone knows what's on the line in this game. This one here, God, if Buffalo is what they normally are, if they're different, they win this game. Let's put it that way. Normally, I think they lose this game.
They're better than they normally have been lately.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm just saying, like, in general, like in the whole grand scheme of things of being a Bills fan, you guys being Bills fans, this would be the type of game that they lose. I'm
nervous. You
know, this would be the type of game they lose. I wish
this is where they got to show me that they can win.
That's what I'm saying. This would be they win this game, Robin. That's a pretty big win to get into Cincinnati on Monday Night Football. The Bengals are playing well, obviously. I mean, they're hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Bills are playing well also. I mean, you can't say they're not. This is a good one.
Yep.
This is good. I'm going to sit back and watch it. Yeah. And thank God I don't like either team, or else I'd have a heart attack. And can you pick this game? You're not betting it, right?
I like
you like the Bengals. I know, the jungle, the Bengals. Yeah.
I mean,
you like them? No, yeah. I know. This game is humongous. This does it all. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
They will then have beaten the Bills and the Chiefs.
Right.
The Bengals.
This would be one more step into locking up home field advantage for the playoffs for the Bills.
Oh yeah, this locks it up in my mind. This puts an end. This puts the hammer down because they'll just beat New England next
We'll
week.
see. Buffalo just got healthy. Mitch Morse is back. Christian Benford just came back off IR.
Nice to have the center
guys back. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, the weather shouldn't be crazy, so that's even better. Frank likes the Bengals, and he says the Vikings choke. Yes, they do. They do choke, and he likes Pittsburgh too. I have the game of the year, the game of my life, the game of my betting life is tomorrow.
Yes, I like this.
I know you like it, but I'm telling you right now that I love it, but I don't want you people out there to do anything with it because I'm scared. But here's what I would do. I don't care what the line is. I love Alabama. I cannot believe that with the top 2 picks possibly in the draft, definitely top 5, both of them, that Young is playing, Anderson's playing, the whole team's coming to play. The whole team, the whole Alabama team is coming to play Kansas State. Now, Kansas State has a very good running back. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but you guys will know out there that watch a lot of college football. He's awfully good, but they're not ready for this. This is going to be a beating. I think it could be. And then let's see if I'm right next week, and I can be mocked. I think it could be like 55-10. I think it could be just embarrassment, whipping, and killing them because I think Alabama. Let me bring this up. I hate Alabama, by the way, too, folks. I'm not an Alabama. I like Ohio State. If Alabama plays TCU, they're a double-digit favorite.
Right.
If they play Michigan, they're a favorite by maybe 3 or 4. If they play Ohio State, it could be 6.5. And Georgia could be even. Who would even know? I'm telling you.
Really?
I think that's how fucked. I can't wait till this thing, and Frank likes Bama. I can't wait to see this thing go to 12 teams so we can actually see this happen.
Yeah.
Because I think the 2-loss Alabama is better than probably the other 3 teams, Michigan, Ohio State, and TCU. I don't know about Georgia, but that's just kind of how I feel. But I love Alabama. As simple as this. They're going to kill Kansas State. What is the game? It's the Sugar Bowl. It's on at noon tomorrow from New Orleans. The over-under is 56. They might get it themselves, Alabama. I'd go over. I think it's going to be one of those. Because I think, you know what? Nick Saban, he doesn't – I mean, they don't care. They'll embarrass them.
Oh, yeah.
If they can, they'll keep doing it. They'll throw in at 70-10. They don't give a fuck. I think it's going to be one of those things. And I also think, too, you know what else? You know what else, Scott? It's important for recruiting these days. Recruiting's different now with the money and all that and the NIL, the nil stuff. And then you got guys like Deion Sanders stealing people from Alabama going to Colorado. I really think that's a message you send out there to your recruits. I think you beat the hell out of them.
Absolutely.
So I'm all over Alabama. I'm fired up. Alabama.
Right.
Don't bet your rent or your mortgage or your car.
Oops,
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying just bet whatever it is you can lose. Go to Alabama. Do it. Give it a shot. Just give Alabama a chance.
I'm gonna give them a shot.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be dead. Watch it. Oh my God. What if one of those guys get hurt? Oh my God. Can you imagine? Think about what risk they're
cursing him and shit already, dude.
What about Anderson though? Think about those guys, Anderson and Young. If one of them were to get hurt in this game, holy shit! What a you know what I mean? What a
career devastating.
Money down the drain.
Gone.
All right, Scott, we should go.
Okay, buddy.
I'm all fired up now. There's a good game tonight. If you're watching this on Friday, it starts in about a half an hour. Is Clemson versus Tennessee in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, number 6 versus number 7.
Number 6 versus number 7. So you can check them out. Who do I like? I like Clemson. Tennessee's got some guys sitting out. Hooker's sitting out. The quarterback who's going to get drafted. And Clemson really, I think Clemson wins this game. I'm looking at these games these days with recruiting in my head because it's getting, even though these guys are going to opt out because they're going to the NFL draft, they need it. These schools need it. And I like Clemson tonight.
Nice.
And this guy does too. Frank, our friend. Frank likes Clemson also.
All right. Frank's agreeing with a lot of the things you said, John.
And you too. So we're good. Robin doesn't. She's always got to do something else. Always got to like go in there.
A lot of hate. A lot of hate, right?
Yeah. Like, hey, let me say something real quick. Aaron Rodgers, I can't. He said, "I own you." I'm a Bears fan. He yelled out, "I own you" to me as I was sitting here in Niagara Falls. He said it right on the screen, and I can't. You haven't paid it. There's something about the guy that I wish he was on the Bears. Let's put it that way. But I don't like him.
And the things that I wish I won't say on the air.
All right. You're going to have a happy new year out there, I guess.
Hey, you
Scott,
guys too, man.
All right.
Yep. Take care, everyone.
We'll be back next week. Take care, everybody.
Okay.